Well, greetings and welcome to episode 93 of Bible 180, 180 episodes between Genesis and Revelation. Today we are on Matthew chapter 7, the Sermon on the Mount, and the Golden Rule, where Jesus says, "So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets." I mean, that's quite a statement. Treat others that way that you would like to be treated as a summation. Certain things in life that are so familiar that we almost stop hearing them. Look both ways before you cross the street. Don't put metal in the microwave. And of course, treat others the way you would like to be treated. Even people who have not ever even opened a Bible know the Golden Rule. Probably the most famous teaching of Jesus, because it also is something, though famous, that can be ignored or forgotten. And it's one of the most famous, but that may be one of its problems, because when something becomes so familiar, it can become shallow. It can become a slogan. It can be a coffee mug verse. It can be a kindergarten poster. But what Jesus says here in Matthew 7:12 is not giving us a cute little slogan for a children's classroom. He's giving us a revolutionary way of life. It's a kingdom ethic. It sums up the whole law. Jesus says, for this golden rule sums up the law and the prophets. That's a huge statement. All of those commandments, all of those instructions, all the teachings summed up in one sentence. Treat people the way that you would like to be treated. Simple? No. Not so simple and not so very easy. The context of this verse matters because it's on the Sermon on the Mount, and the Sermon on the Mount is Jesus' description of kingdom living, what true discipleship looks like. It's a portrait of Jesus painted from the inside out. It is a place where the poor are blessed, the meek inherit the earth, enemies are loved, secrets are given, worry is surrendered, judgment is humbled, and now relationships are transformed. Jesus says in everything, not in some things, not when it's convenient, not when the other person deserves it, not when you're in a good mood, but in everything, at home, at church, at work, in traffic too, at Walmart, well, maybe even especially at Walmart, because apparently the fruit of the Spirit is tested most at Walmart in aisle 7. Try it sometime. Go to Walmart, aisle 7. It is the most tested there. There are some different ways that people interpret the Golden Rule. Some have misunderstood it in all kinds of creative ways. Some people think the Golden Rule is do unto others before they do unto you. That's not the Golden Rule. That's playground rules. That's survival mode. That's I'm going to do to you before you do to me. Or do unto others what they deserve. Well, that's also not the Golden Rule. Because if we're honest, we think most people deserve the way that we treat them. They deserve the horn in traffic. They deserve a comeback. They deserve a payback. They get what they deserve is what we sometimes think. They deserve our passive-aggressive interpretation of this verse. But that's not what Jesus is saying. Jesus turns morality positive. Think of that. He turns morality positive. Most ancient moral systems were some version of don't do any harm. Don't do any harm. I mean, that's good. That's necessary. Jesus goes further. Not merely don't hurt other people, but actively do good to them. Isn't that fascinating? Don't just not hurt them, but actively do good to them. Don't steal. Be generous. Don't insult. Don't encourage. Don't hate. Just love. It's one thing just to avoid evil. It's another thing to pursue goodness. to pursue doing to others as you would have them do to you. I mean, do you want help? Do you want people to listen to you? Do you want to forgive? You're asking, Jesus is asking you to do others as you would have them do to you. He calls us to be not self-centered, not lazy, not criticizing, but instead love those around you. It's a very simple but not easy part. One of the interesting things about the golden rule is that Jesus lived the golden rule. I mean, he didn't just teach it, he lived it. When people were hungry, what did Jesus do? He fed them. When people were sick, what did Jesus do? He healed them. When they sinned, he forgave them. When they were lost, he pursued them. And when humanity needed saving, he gave himself. The cross, okay? The cross is the ultimate golden rule. Jesus did for us what we could never do for ourselves. He treated us with mercy when we deserved judgment. He treated us with grace when we deserved wrath. He treated us with love when we were unlovable. The golden rule is not just ethics. The golden rule is the shape of the gospel. Think of that. So what does it look like before you speak? Ask. If I were on the receiving end of this, how would I feel? Would I want criticism or would I want encouragement? Would I want patience or would I want sharpness? Would I want understanding or would I want sarcasm? A harsh, careless word can hang around with somebody for many, many years. A kind word can heal in minutes. Maybe the golden rule, maybe the golden rule starts with your mouth, with what you say. Before posting online, before texting, before gossiping, ask, would I want that said about me? Maybe think in that way. In forgiveness, what do you want when you fail? You want mercy, right? When you fail, don't you want a second chance? Don't you want patience? Oh my goodness, if you want that for yourself, extend it to others. Forgiveness is hard because it feels unfair, but aren't you glad that God has been merciful to you? Listening, I mean, think of that. One of the greatest gifts you can give someone is your attention. People these days are starving to be heard, not fixed, not interrupted, not corrected, heard. How many times a day do we just listen without coming back and saying what we think or what we think they should do, but just heard? Or think in generosity. When you're in need, what do you hope for? Help, support, kindness? If that's what you want, offer it to someone else. Make a meal for someone. Make a phone call. People don't make phone calls anymore. I mean, they just don't talk to people so much anymore. Make that phone call to someone who might be just waiting for you to call them. It might be just a short phone call. Hey, how you doing? Just thinking about you. Oh, I'm doing great. Oh, well, great. I'll see you sometime. Hang up. Sometimes it might turn into a 45-minute phone call where all you do is listen. Just listen to the needs of another person. In difficult relationships, that's where the golden rule gets real. It's easy to love nice people. It's easy to help grateful people. It's easy to forgive apologetic people. But difficult people, that's where the golden rule becomes real. The grumpy neighbor, the family member, Uncle Bob, who pushes every button. Jesus says, treat them the way you would want to be treated, because Jesus did that for you. Here's a daily practice. Every morning ask, what would I want from others today? What would I want? Would I want patience, respect, encouragement, kindness, empathy, understanding? If that's what you want, then give it away. Give it away to someone else. Think about what you want in the morning, maybe even make a list of it. And then by the end of the day, think to yourself, have I given those things to someone else? What if every Christian did that? Gave away what they wanted for themselves. Think about that. Marriages would improve, churches would heal, communities would suffer, conflict would lessen, people would see Jesus. Because the golden rule is contagious. Kindness spreads, mercy multiplies, grace echoes. So the golden rule sounds very simple, but it's deeply challenging. To step into another one's shoes, to act with love, to live with empathy, to reflect Christ. And the truth is, we're going to fail. We're going to be selfish. We're going to be impatient. We're going to be harsh. But Jesus lived the golden rule, and he calls us into that kind of kingdom living, that kind of full-bodied discipleship. So this week, at home, at work, at the store, at aisle 7 in Walmart, wherever it might be, online in traffic, live the golden rule. Decide what you want for yourself, and then give that same thing to someone else. That is the essence of the golden rule, and that is the lifestyle to which the law and the prophets point. I hope you're going to have a great day today and continue to be grateful. What do I want for myself? And then how can I give that to someone else? You take care until I see you again. Make it a great day. Bye-bye.